let's talk about Sacramento. Not the city, the movie. Sacramento is a movie that isn't breaking the mold or reinventing the wheel. It's a movie that is very much character driven and driven by its subject matter. It's a modern and fun road trip movie that really deals with millennial angst, adulthood, and trauma that we've all kind of grew up with, and some of the things that we are all sort of dealing with in the present. It's fun, it's charming, it's quirky, it has a lot of things that I really enjoyed about it, especially the relationship in this film between Michael Cera's character and Michael Angarano's character. They really feel like male friends that have kind of distanced themselves from each other because they've grown apart, not just in life, but with other obligations that they have. But they still harken back to those good old times, and they can really jive together and feel like the stories continue when they meet up again. One thing this movie tackles is male friendship, and especially how we deal with our emotions, because believe it or not, it is something that we all still struggle with, especially men who don't really express themselves outwardly too much. They kind of hold things in and wait for it to ultimately like explode or kind of eat us alive, or we just completely avoid it. And so they use like therapy speak in the film to kind of talk about the problems that the other is having, but while at the same time deflecting the problems that they themselves are suffering from. And neither of them actually having the courage to speak up or actually come clean about what's bothering them, where their life is going, what fears they have for the future, or what they're actually up to. And a lot of it has to do with expectations that they have in their lives, the lack of expectations that they have in their life, and the ability to take up responsibilities. So it does explore these characters in a very interesting and relatable way. I love like the aesthetic of the film. It feels very raw and natural. It feels like actual friends, people that you will see out and about with when you're hanging out with your friends. You're not glammed up or dolled up or have the perfect clothes. There's just wear and tear on your body. You're not always clean cut. You're a little bit scruffy, especially if you're driving cross country. Well, not cross country, but across the state from LA to Sacramento, which is a long drive. So I do like that realness to it. And if you've ever been to Sacramento, there's a sense of charm here because you'll see things that you drive past all the time. There are things that I see that I've been to, places I've been to, places I've driven by, and it's just like kind of cool to see that and point that out. It's not a movie where the city itself is a character. It doesn't like explore the city in like very much depth, but it is a nice little road trip to our capital. Having said that, again, it's not a movie that's reinventing the wheel. It's not doing anything exceptional with its source material, but it is something that is relatable. It seems familiar. It's something that we all deal with, and it handles it in a fun and interesting way where you're along for the ride and you're hanging out with a couple guys that could be one of your best friends. And it explores, again, anxiety and expectations, especially when it comes to fatherhood and the expectations and the unknown that you feel with it, especially wanting to keep something safe but not knowing if you're capable. So I really related a lot to those things. And overall, it's a really good watch. I enjoyed it. It's a good little small adventure that's worth checking out. Supporting Michael Garano's directorial and writing abilities, this film really reminds me of A Real Pain a lot. So that's something you should go into expecting. It's going to be very similar, and you might make comparisons like I did. And yeah, both movies are really good in different ways, and this one was just a little bit more fun for me.